Hey guys, Brian delivers you the goods here. I just thought I'd return to you for this request review, paid request review that I wanted to do for you guys because someone actually gave me a paid request. I talked to the guy about it, and basically he was nice enough to do it, and I appreciate that. But this is for After a Jewel, You're an Idol album. I got a chance to listen to, which came out earlier this year, like March 28th, I believe is when it came out. So I'm going to discuss what I listened to for the 12 tracks on this 39-minute record and let you know my thoughts on After Jewel's new album, You're an Idol. So let's dive into this album review now. Shout out goes to the singer Jade, or Jaden. Thank you so much for the paid request for this. Granted, I'll start it off by saying this was not a good record. And I'm so sorry that I have to give a disappointing review in this. It kind of tears me up that I have to, since I got to talk to you for a little bit. But it just, I wasn't vibing with this. But we'll get started with what I think of some of the songs. So, You Made Me Like This is a meh track. I mean, the singing's not great. I've tried to see if I could click with this, but I wasn't feeling it. It's a 3 out of 5 for this. It's just meh. It's not like the worst thing, but it's not the best thing I've heard. I Turned Into a Fish is kind of cringe. The lyrics are a little cringe. And I don't know. I know these guys are starting off, and that's understandable. But hopefully with the next album cycle, they could probably step it up a bit and probably write better material. I know this is not like their best starting point, but from what I listened to, I Turned Into a Fish is kind of a cringy title. So, honestly, so it's a 2.75 out of 5. Plain Song is a little dull. I just wasn't feeling for it. It made me almost fall asleep. I really wanted to try to like this, but I just was not clicking with it either. So another 2.75 out of 5 for this one too. Frame was actually okay. This one was an okay song, but it's not like my favorite track I've listened to. Like from other bands I've listened to something better, but hey, you're gonna have your hits and misses with music. This one was kind of a okay at best. So 3.25 out of 5. DVC doesn't really go nowhere. It's kind of a bore, and it just let me down big time with the singing. I don't know. I think Jaden is the one that's singing. I'm not sure, but just let me know. The guy that paid me to do it in the comment section below. Just let me know because I wasn't feeling for this one either. It was kind of a bore. So it's another 2.75. When I Glisten's kind of annoying with the vocals. Give me a second. I got a video. Hey guys, I'm so sorry about that. My dog was barking like crazy. She's going wild over a squirrel. But overall, When I Glisten is not a good song. It's a 2.75 out of 5 for me. Bloody Creek Waters is another one that I just wasn't feeling for. It was a total disconnect with this track, and I just wasn't feeling for the track overall with how it was sounding. So, I don't know, the vocals were not very good, and just how it was sounding, it sounds monotoned. At least the acoustic guitars on this record is pretty solid, and some of the mixing, but it just, the vocals are the biggest flop on this record. So 2.75 out of 5 for Bloody Creek Waters. Taste My Lips is another one I'm just bored with. not feeling for it overall. Granted, yeah, there's some songs that have good melodies, some songs that don't. This record kind of fluctuates with that in a good or negative way. It just depends, but it overall, Taste My Lips is a 2.75 out of 5. This one was not my favorite. Baby Teeth is probably the worst track on the record, along with most of the other ones that are disappointing. But Baby Teeth was kind of annoying for a minute and 59 seconds. Wasn't feeling for Jade's vocals or whoever the lead singer was for the band. I wasn't feeling for the vocals for this. But you can let me know in the comment section below. But overall, 2.5 out of 5. Doll Under Headlights. Weird title for sure, but the song doesn't click with me. It's another letdown for me, so 2.75 out of 5. Blink is the next one, and that's another one that I was disappointed with. It doesn't do anything. It's got a boring melody, and it just doesn't click with me for how it sounds. So, another 2.75 out of 5. And finally, Disfiguration is the worst track on the record. It's going to get a 2.75 out of 5, but the problem I have with this track is the lyrics. They're terrible lyrics, for sure. Where it says to kill yourself, for the person to kill themselves, and then wish you were dead, or whatever the song was depicting about. It was horrible lyricism. No, that's what it was. Die in a car crash. It's pretty horrible shit. It's like, why the fuck would you write lyrics like that? That is terrible lyricism. So, honestly, 2.75 out of 5 for Disfiguration. Bad track. At least the acoustic guitar work was fine, but the track was horrible. So, overall, production, mixing, and execution-wise, I think this record needed a lot of work. A lot of work. And I don't mean to be such a dickbag to these guys. I'm just basically expressing my honest opinion. And if you guys don't like that I'm not liking your record, that's all you. It's just when I give things a chance, I always give things a chance to see what I think of it. So I can't say for sure it's going to sound good. I can say for sure that this is not good. Not at all. It's not the worst thing I've heard, but the lyrics and the singing is not great on this record. I'm just bored with it. And I was very bored with how it was sounding overall, production, mixing. I am so sorry about that. I don't know why it's doing that. It just always does that for the most of the time. Probably because I have the Ethernet cable plugged in, and it just lags like that. But I'm getting a little tired of it lagging. Probably when I do videos, I'll probably take the Ethernet cable out from now on, if it's gonna do that. But overall, yeah, if I were to give After a Jewel You're an Idol a score, I'm feeling a 5 out of 10. It's not good. I was bored with it. Sorry to the guys that made this record, and sorry to Jaden, of course. I'm just not a fan of this. And hopefully you understand and respect my opinion. If you can't, that's understandable. I'm not meaning to bash or criticize in this. I am criticizing, but I'm also trying to have a little more tact with it and diplomacy about it. I don't know. I'm a very blunt person, so I kind of tell it like it is. So it comes off and kind of pisses people off in the worst way. And that's why I make so many enemies on YouTube. So I have people that come and go through my channel, and overall, it's just, this was not a good record from my point of view, and in my opinion, it wasn't good. But to each their own. If they like this, great, more power to you. Me, I'm just not feeling it. So 5 out of 10 for After a Jewel, You're an Idol. I hope you enjoyed this album review that I did for you guys as a paid request review from someone, from the guy Jaden, which shout out goes to him. Thank you so much for that. I'm sorry I gave you a disappointing review. I just wasn't vibing with your album overall, and hopefully you can understand and respect my choice on not liking it. It just needed work. That's all it did. Also, to be fair, it also needed a lot of good singing, and which I know it's not gonna come in time. It's just takes a little bit to knock out. Because being in the music business is not easy, honestly. Being an artist or in a band is not easy. Or having a music career is very hard. I understand because you got to go through a lot of hoops trying to find the best label that'll take you in as a someone to sign you. But overall, I just think the album needed a lot of work for the singing and the just overall melodies from time to time. So yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this review this afternoon. 5 out of 10 for After a Jewel, You're an Idol. Thanks for watching this album review this afternoon.